Hello and welcome to Tricks of the Ashtray channel. Today is the 8th of March 2017, and today's video we have Calvin Harris. Um, if you've never heard about Calvin Harris, he's like a DJ. He has some hits, some sort of kind of electro music. If you doesn't know, if you don't know how the music sounds, I'll just play just a small snippet for you so you can better understand who the guy is. And this is the his page. You can go wiki page on wiki page right here, and this is Calvin Harris's wiki page. And from one of his albums, this is Calvin Harris. So you just follow my mouse, Calvin Harris's wiki page. All right, you can see that right there. You can see that right here, Calvin Harris. Okay, and I'll just scroll down to like his discography, and we'll just one of the songs I'm gonna play will be from one of his old songs, and it's gonna be from I think the Faithless album. So I'll go forward. Faithless right here. Faithless album was released 27th of June 2005, and here's a small snippet from the page on Wikipedia. I'll just play for a few seconds. So this is the kind of music that Calvin Harris makes. He's made a lot of hits. He's been there's so much music. You could just look him up and you'll know what who I'm talking about. So as I've said that, before I get into the video properly, I always recommend, if it's your first time watching the video on this channel, you can pause this video right here. I recommend that you watch the primer video first. You can come back and continue to watch this video after you've done that. Watch the primer video because I want to give you a foundation for what the video is about. The primer video best explains that, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. You have a perfect understanding of every other video on this channel when you watch the primer video. If you don't watch the primer video, you're just gonna watch the videos, and you might be full of arguments and stuff like that, but we're here to present facts, so that's why I recommend you watch the primer video first. There's also an attachment that's attached to every video that we make. It's a document. We'll show you the visual differences of how to distinguish between a male and a female. I recommend that you download that document. When you finish watching the primer video, you can go through that document. It will take you 30 minutes. It might look like it has a lot of pages, the document, but it's a lot of pictures. It will take you 30 minutes to finish reading that. Then you can come back and continue watching this video. I also recommend that you watch the Zayn Malik video at your own time. I also recommend that you watch the Marilyn Monroe video at your own time, at your own pace. Don't be in a hurry. Take your time on it. So like I always say before I get into the video, that we are not against transgenders, right? We don't have any problem against transgenders because people live fantasies all the time. You can dress up like a vampire. It's a fantasy. It doesn't make you a vampire, right? So in that way, a man can, choose to say that he wasn't born a man, that he's actually girl, and girl gets the cosmetic surgery of like fake breast and some hip replacement and some bum, and you think, oh, I'm female. It's a fantasy because you can't change the genetic makeup. You're still gonna remain your X and Y DNA chromosome if you're male. You're still gonna have 10% more brain matter than a female. You're still gonna have longer shoulders than a female. You're still gonna have a straight back. You're still gonna have a small pubic arch, 90-degree less. Doesn't matter the fake hips that you put on. The pubic arch is still gonna be less, 90 degrees, and you can have vaginal sex if you do that, because the pelvis and that area doesn't support that kind of activity. You don't have the muscles for it. Okay? You can't change those basic differences. The skeletal structure, it was always going to remain the same. Okay? Your brain skull is going to be still heavier and bigger than a female. Your nose is still going to be bigger than a female. It doesn't matter if you have some sort of nose surgery or whatever. So it's a fantasy. You can't change who you are. When you get to the hospital and you say you're sick, the doctor's going to take a look at you and still treat you like a male or a female. All right? That's the way it works. Okay, so it's a fantasy. You can't change it. All right. So with that said, the reason for a lot of these videos, like I recommend you watch the primer video, is trying to expose to you the people who run things in your world. The people who run, I mean, the Vatican runs every single thing that affects you to the most minute detail, to the food you eat, to how you dress, everything that you have, to the medicine, every single thing that has to do with life. The Vatican is in it. And if the Vatican is in it, there's evil in it. That's just the way it works. Okay? So it's a reality, it's a truth that you have to come to terms with. So here on this channel, we show you facts. We're not just talking. We show you facts so you can make sense of it. All right. And also, like I always say, the Vatican runs this machine, this system that's been put in place, which is dedicated to taking children, babies, mutilating or castrating those children, feeding them hormones, and forcing them to live in a sex and a gender that's not their birth sex, right? Leaving behind a trail of very confused people. These people are everywhere, in the media, in entertainment, in religion, in every area and aspect of life, because these are the people they can trust to run things, to get things done, because their mentality, their sense of reality is warped. So they can be twisted and trusted and used. Does it make sense? So with that said, let's get into Calvin Harris. All right, here's Calvin Harris right here. Here's a picture of him, and if you look at him, you think, oh, you're looking at a virile male, but this is actually female. All right, we won't get into the details of his face and the way it is. We'll just show you some other things that you can relate to. Okay, here's Calvin Harris with Taylor Swift. This was when he was dating Taylor Swift. And like I tell you, you can't trust people on TV, right? Because right now you think this is a man and a girl kissing, but these are all actually two girls. And these are the role models that you look up, or your sons and your daughters look up onto TV. You can't trust any people on TV because, like I've said earlier, there are only two types of people you see on TV. Because TV is like a house. It's like your house. You don't just let anybody get up in your house, go through your fridge, go through your food, go through your closet, go through everything. It has to be family or friends, people that you can trust. So that means they have to be vetted. Someone walks in your house, he's vetted. Someone you can trust before you let him do all those things. All right? And also the second type of person who's on TV is somebody they want to make an example of. Someone who's broken the code, broken the rules. So they want to make an example of, so that nobody else will do that kind of same mistake, or someone who's been their enemy. Does it make sense? Now, if you look at Calvin Harris right here, you will see that Taylor Swift right here has an arch in her back, right? Showing you that she's female. If you ever watch any video on any YouTube channel that tells you that Taylor Swift is a man, you have to question what the YouTube channel is up to. It's probably a disinfo agent trying to confuse you, right? She has an arch in her back, so she's female. If you look also at Calvin Harris, he has the same arch. See? Same S-shaped spine. So look at that S-shaped spine, right? And that's how a female's back is supposed to be, and that's what Calvin Harris has. If it's your first time, let me just go over to a document so you can better understand what I'm saying. Here is a female and here is a male. As you can see, this female over here has an S-shaped spine. There's an arch in her back. The arch just starts just below the shoulder blades. It dips in, goes in towards the navel. Then at the navel, it starts coming out into her bum area. With a man, men have straight back. It goes straight into the pelvis. There's no arch. If a man's back wants to arch, it arches outwards. You can see a female arches inwards. A man arches outwards. It's going to form into a D shape. With a female, it's going to be a C or an S-shaped spine. All right? Just some more pictures. Let me scroll down because I like doing this all the time so you can get a perfect understanding I'm trying to show you facts because other channels won't do this. They'll just throw stuff at you, and since because you don't have enough brain, because you've been so confused by the false sense of reality, like the hijacked reality that the Vatican has given to you so they can control you as an animal, you're not thinking and you don't know. You won't be able to see it. So a document is going to show you the visual differences. So you have this in the back of your mind at all times. All right. Now, here is a female's arch, right? As you can see, there is an arch in that back. See a S-shaped spine, right? Doesn't matter if she's big or fat, there's always going to be an arch in a female's back. And the reason for that arch is because so when a female gets pregnant, she can carry the weight of the baby, the extra weight of her body weight and the baby weight without tumbling over or having problems. All right? That's the reason for the extra support of that S-shaped spine, that arch in that back. Right? Some more pictures. See, the arch starts just below the shoulder blades. It dips in, it goes in towards the navel, then it starts coming out into a pelvis. And you can see the hourglass figure of that female. That's a female right there. It doesn't matter if she has muscles, there's always going to be an arch in that back. Always going to be an arch in that back. And that's what Miss Calvin Harris over here has. That's why you can't trust these people on TV. They're not working in your own best interest. That's why people say they're Freemasons, which is a fact. They keep secrets. And they're portraying to you the wrong kind of lifestyle because these are two women actually kissing. And you're going to think it's male. You can't trust anybody on TV. Not even Taylor Swift. You can't make a role model of her. All right? Some more pictures. Here's Calvin Harris with another girl called Rita Ora. All right? Rita Ora is also a musician. They are the same kind and same breed. You can't trust them. You can see the hourglass figure that Miss Calvin Harris has over here. Can you see that? See that hourglass figure? Right? Can you see that? See that curvy hourglass figure right there? Right? You're looking at two females. This one has been probably, he's from Scotland. So you can see that the Vatican is everywhere. Whether you have a Roman Catholic church or not, even if it's Muslim, because they control that too. They own the Muslims. There's a video on this channel that you have to go into to get that fact, right? They control everything, right? So wherever they are, they go making these transgenders. It's their creation. This is how they roll. And that's why you have to watch the primal video so you can get a basic understanding and knowledge of this, all right? So because when I used to watch video, I was like, Calvin Harris, I heard the song. I'm not really into that kind of music, but I was like, okay, what makes this person popular? Because it's hard enough. I mean, there are people with real talent around singing and making music and trying to act, but they never get in the door. Why? Because these people are created, bred to be in this position. And since you're not one of them, you can't get in. If you want to get in, you have to go do what they do. You have to be a Freemason. I'm not saying that so you should do it. I'm just telling you how things work so you have a better understanding. These are two females right here, Rita Ora and Calvin Harris. And Rita Ora knows, but she's never going to tell you publicly, right? Because she's sworn an oath, signed some deals or whatever to make money and has to do this. It could be real, it could be fake. The relationship could be real, it could be fake. But who knows? Only Rita Ora knows what she's doing. She could be in it to get a business deal done, go hang out with this dude, we pay you some money, he knows this female, you do what you do and she gets paid. That's just the way it works. Some more pictures. Here's Calvin Harris, and you see that he's here, he's being endorsed by Armani. I love Armani, but I never knew that this was a female. But you can still see the hourglass figure and the hips. You can still see the space in between the thighs. Right? There's too much thigh gap in there. Men don't usually have thigh gaps. This is close because the pubic arch of a man right here is smaller, is 90 degrees or less. For a female, it's 120 degrees or more. So that's why the legs are farther apart for a female. Right? But you're looking at Miss Calvin Harris here with that same thing. You're looking at a female. On the arms are not long enough. Remember, one of the things I used to say is that if you draw a line from a female's crotch area, right, into her arms, it will always end inside the palms of her hands. Clear indication that you're looking at a female. If it was male, drawing that line would end above the wrist. If it's your first time on this channel, let me just show you that so you can see what I'm talking about. Here is a female right here. All right. If I draw a line from her crotch area into her arms, it's going to end inside the palms of her wrist. Okay. Here is another female. And you can see the thigh gap on that female. Can you see that space in between the legs? It's because this pubic arch here is wider. It's wider for females, 120 degrees wider, 90 degrees or less for a man, right? Another picture slowly. You can see the hourglass figure of this female, right? You can see that. And if you draw a line from the crotch area into her arms, you see it ends inside the palms of her hands. You draw it right, you draw it left, it ends inside the palms of her hands. For a female, another female right here, you draw the line from the crotch area, it goes into the palms of her hands. You'd go right, you go left, inside of the palm of her hands. If she was male, then if you draw this line, it's going to end above the wrists. Above the wrists. And when we go to Calvin Harris here, when we draw that same line, don't worry about this. This is fake. This is probably attached to the underwear he's wearing. There's a lot of Photoshop going in, and one of the secrets of Photoshop is like it has to have a plain background so you can play it along and play with the picture and play with the pixels. If you draw a line right here, let's say this is his crotch or where it ends, you draw it across to his arms, it ends inside the palms of her hands. You draw it to the right, you draw it to the left, it ends inside the palms of her hands, telling you that you're looking at a female, genetically born female, who's been transgendered. You can see also the underdeveloped pec muscles. I don't have time to go into that in this video, but females always have underdeveloped pec muscles. Just for the sake of doing this video, I'll just go into it so you can understand what I'm saying. So you can see right here, these underdeveloped pec muscles. Let me just show you what I'm saying that right here. No, with a female, doesn't matter if the female, no matter what you do with a female, you feed it testosterone, you put it in the gym, the pec muscles are always going to be underdeveloped. The reason being the pec muscles are not designed to be massive. They're designed to carry breast and fatty tissue, all right, which women usually have. Breast is designed to carry breast. Sorry for the graphic pictures here, but I just have to show you, okay? Doesn't matter how big, these pec muscles will never be developed as a man. They'll be flat, all right? Because they're designed to support breast tissue, not just to be massive and have growth, okay? Does it make sense? You can look at those pec muscles again, all right? And you look at another one. See, the pec muscles are underdeveloped. Doesn't matter. See how muscular this female is. She's been feeding herself on testosterone to have all this kind of muscle. But you can see the pec muscles still underdeveloped, right? You can still see the pec muscles here are underdeveloped because they're not designed to be fat or have that kind of mass. They're designed to carry breast tissue, fatty breast tissue, all right? Now, if you compare that with a man's pec muscles, you can see it's very developed, right? There's a lot of mass in this chest. Can you see that? All right? Can you see that? Massive chest. Massive pec muscles, right? With a female will never have that. No matter the amount of workout she does, those pec muscles will never be the same. And that is what will never be like a man. And that's what Calvin Harris has here. Underdeveloped pec muscles. You're looking at a chick, Miss Calvin Harris. Okay? Another picture showing you the hourglass figure, right? You can still see the arch in that back right over there, right? A female's waist or indentation starts above the navel. For a man, it will be below the navel. And as you can see, Miss Calvin Harris has an arch. You're looking at a chick, right? And which brand is he spotting here? I'm trying to see. Well, I can't see. That looks like Starbucks. Miss Calvin Harris loves Starbucks. Underdeveloped pec muscles. See? Arch in the back. Let's go forward. Still same picture. We've already seen this, right? But still showing you the hourglass figure, right? And the short hands, short arm length, and short and the way the arms stop right in the middle of his palms from this crutch, right? Some more pictures. And here is him or whatever ad he's doing again, but you can still see the hourglass figure, right? Hourglass figure of a female, all right? Another picture, same picture there, same picture again. And I've come to the, anyway, it's a shortcut and I have a lot of pictures to show. but I think I've shown all the major pictures, like I said. So with that said, I advise that you subscribe to the channel. And like I always say, please do not believe anything they tell you. Question everything. Question everything. Don't believe anything. Look with your eyes and see with your brain. Thanks and bye bye.